to Friar's Coach's Corner. I'm Sharon Scuba, and in today's conversation, we're talking with the girls' indoor and outdoor head track coach, Oliver St. Aud. Coach O, welcome to the program.
Hey, Sharon, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys handling this new quarantine lifestyle?
I think like everybody else, we're just kind of making do to make sure that, we're not getting ourselves in any position that we can get infected. I don't go out as much as I used to. I just go out for essentials and, pretty much staying inside bunkering in. I teach at St. Anthony, so, I'm constantly in front of the screen. So that's something that's a little different. I'm sure, for all the teachers out there, whereas you're on the screen, minimal is best, but now you're on there from 8 o'clock to probably 4 o'clock, and it's a little bit tougher of a day tracking kids down with work. But, like everybody else, we just got to make do.
That's true. And I guess you got to give them a hand to everybody that's adjusting, and hopefully, they'll get comfortable and at least get through it the best they can. I want to switch over into talking about your track program. Before you started this quarantine lifestyle, your team had won their 8th consecutive indoor state title. They just missed your league title by 1 point earlier in the season, but either way, that's a nice season to have. Congratulations on that. Going into nationals, you had a 4x2 that was looking for the #1 spot in New York. You had a sophomore looking for her first national ranking in the pole vault. That would have taken place March 14th at the Armory. We just got information now that we are now out till May 15th. But up until this point, what kind of workouts have you been giving some of your athletes?
The stuff I send them is primarily core work to do at home. Here in Long Island, we have the luxury of having backyards. So even with that, I still just send them just stuff to do in their basements, core stuff they could do inside the house. I'm hoping and expecting this quarantine to be lifted so that we can actually come together and kind of regroup. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a season, but where, here we go from September all the way through now, where you're seeing the same group of people every day. You become more of a family atmosphere. And now all of a sudden that stops. Granted, we all have families to go home to, but, as our track family is, you're seeing these kids every single day and you become sort of like their parent. So I just kind of giving them stuff to do core, going back to basics, push-ups, body squat, body weight things to do, so that they're keeping their core engaged. Hopefully this gets lifted and we can actually get back on the track.
Let's just keep the students involved some way. So that's nice that you're doing that. I want to talk a little bit about some of your athletes on your team. You've got a solid team. Looking at it by grade, you've got 2 seniors, Nia Butler, who runs anywhere from the 400 down, Larissa Dorian, who runs anywhere from the 800 and up. What can you tell us about their track life?
Well, they're going to be greatly missed. And I know this was a season that we were actually looking forward for both of them to actually kind of, I wouldn't necessarily use the word breakout, but to kind of improve from their previous season, meaning the indoor season. Both of them were coming off of super good seasons. You'd look at a girl like Naya, who's had ups and downs with injuries, and for her to put together a senior indoor season the way she did, it was actually pretty impressive. And we were all looking forward to seeing what she was going to do outdoor as an athlete, going into the 400, the 200, and even 100 in some cases. But it's just unfortunate that this pandemic happened. And I think moving forward, I think whoever's going to actually get her, because right now she's looking at some schools, like I've told them, you guys are going to inherit a piece of a diamond, and you just got to really just chisel out and sharpen. Larissa is very special to all of us, especially for me. I've watched her, I've dealt with her, a lot of going back and forth. It becomes like my immediate daughter in a sense, but she's coming off of a great season also. We were actually looking forward for that 4x8 to actually run at States. We still ran one, but it wasn't one that we expected to run. She came up with a hamstring injury unexpectedly, and that kind of happens in track and field, and just kind of had to coach her through it. She wasn't happy. None of us were happy, but if anybody knows Larissa, she is one tough cookie to deal with emotionally, athletically, and all around. But we were actually looking for her to really run a solid 800 this year, and that would have been fun to actually watch her and compete. And again, these 2 seniors are going to greatly miss.
Yes, again, special young ladies. Now, looking at your juniors, you've got Kelly Parker, Kylie Mandalena, Sarah Dolphin, Melissa Cunningham, who's coming back from an injury, Ariana Scapal, she's a thrower, another solid group of ladies.
Also, don't forget about Molly, Amalia.
Yes.
She also came with an injury unexpectedly in the fall. Again, it's a testament to the kind of kids that we get here at St. Anthony's is they love to work, and you can kind of see from the years and our longevity as far as us winning. It's these kids love to put in a lot of work, and we start early in the fall with a lot of our sprinters. We get into the weight room, get ready to go, and our distance kids have gotten a lot better. Coming off a cross-country season and indoor, and we were actually looking forward to having a real good outdoor season with Kelly Parker, Kylie, and those girls actually improving on their times from last year. Kelly had a really good season, and we were actually looking forward to her having a really breakout year in the spring.
That's good. Now, looking at your sophomores, and I feel like your sophomore group just is kind of endless. Valencia Birnbaum, Gianna Saravina, Trinity Williams, the pole vaulter Marissa D'Angelo, and I'm sure there's a group more.
Yeah, no. I think from all levels, from seniors all the way down. But I think it's a testament when you have girls like the two leaders, Naya and Larissa, and they kind of really, it trickles down from the top to the bottom, and some of these girls kind of develop their own personalities as it comes to track wise. Most of them get really into it, and we saw that last year going into nationals, going into cities, going into leagues, how the group rallied around most of these girls, and this is a testament to them, and it's a testament to the school of the kind of kids that we kind of foster here at St. Anthony's, and the more and more we develop and the more and more we grow, the better and better we get, and that's a testament to the school, to the coaching staff, to the administration, to everybody all around, because it's not just one person, it's actually a family environment. So that's one of the reasons why I'm still here. It's fun. I love going to practice every day. They make fun of me, I make fun of them. It's fun, and it kind of brings us all together at the end of the day, whether somebody's injured or somebody's not, or somebody has a bad race. There's always somebody there to put their shoulder around somebody and say, hey, we got another one coming up, so let's get back on the horse.
Okay. I'm switching gears. We're going to kind of looking at this group, and again, there's plenty of freshmen that, have been doing a great job. You had Emma Rodriguez, you have Kelsey Spencer. It's a solid group of athletes that you have going into this spring season. On paper, every season you have 100 athletes that register for track and field. Now, in the perfect world, we're in the middle of spring season. With this group of athletes, can you imagine what kind of times they would be running come championship season?
Actually, we've talked about this before we went into the pandemic, going into it, how fortunate we were as coaches with these group of kids going into the spring season. We lost leagues by one, and it's not the first time that's happened, but I think that one was a little more, it hurt a little bit because we really should have took it. It was just one of those things as athletes, you get complacent in where you're at and what we're doing. But going into the spring season, we were all excited about how well these kids were going, from, Chip, who's our throws coach, to Jim Henderson, to Lutalo, to Megan Sloan, to Prince. We all talked about how well we're looking forward to the kids doing well. But not only that, because we're coming off of a great season, great indoor season where everybody was performing. You even had Christina Gale, who doesn't normally run the 8, but due to the fact that Larissa went down with an injury, we actually asked her, and she was like, yeah, I'll definitely do it, which is a testament to her and her family, but it's a testament to the kids that we have here at St. Anthony's, where she doesn't train for the 8. I don't think she's ever run the 8 before, but she actually went out and was, she represented herself and she represented the school, and that's all I can ever ask her to do.
And again, like you said, the program you've put together here, it's impressive. Again, these ladies are winning consecutive titles year after year, and that's definitely, exciting. Now, okay, so let's sum it up. You've got talent, you've got plenty of depth, and there's no question that these ladies possess the heart to want to win. Now, we're moving into the spring season. Again, you're looking to reclaim your league title, defend another state title, and grab as many individual titles as possible. How do you stack up going into this spring season in this league?
Well, we have to look at our competitors, and Kellenberg has been one of our strongest competitor. Almost, I say, a thorn at my side, but I used to coach at Kellenberg, but I'm very close friends with Marty, Mr. Brown, Coach Brown. Then you look at Sacred Heart, who's actually been doing a really good job on the distance sides, and their field events have gotten better. But then, everybody seems to forget about St. John's and Holy Trinity. It's, I never really put any of these coaches down, because any given league championships, city championships, anybody can actually come together. The benefit that we have is we have the numbers. I mean, you look at this past indoor, I think we had 189 kids sign up. Granted, not everybody stayed on the team, but, we actually went down to about 120. And those kids actually, every one of those kids performed. Every one of those kids got better. And that's how the program kind of feeds itself, is kids get better as they grow and grow. And some of them, you look at a girl like Gianna Servino, who was a freshman last year, who ran on the 4x2 at Nationals. And, she's actually developed into one of the stronger kids. Then you have a girl like Melissa Cunningham, who came here, was highly sought after. And now you have colleges that are looking at her. So it's once all the girls kind of get a feel of each other, then we can kind of go into kind of breaking things down and saying, okay, this is what we're going to go after. This is what we're going to go do. But, I think what really is beneficial for us is we have the numbers. I tell the kids, tell whoever you have friends that aren't doing anything to come out. And I'm actually going out telling kids to come out, even though if I know they're not going to come, but just the fact that, hey, come out. It's a good sport. We have a lot of fun. And most of the student body sees that, which is why my quote is the hardest working team in the building, which is, yes. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't think there's anybody out there doing the things that we've done. 6 a.m. practice in the morning, and weight room. And it's just a testament to hard work and how much those kids want to improve and get better.
Right. I mean, you've been with this program for 16 years. You're head coach for 14 years. I mean, you've talked a little bit about that team camaraderie and bringing kids out there no matter what the numbers. What else would you say separates this program and kind of keeps you on top? Is there anything else that really matters for you guys?
For me, I think it's coaching. It's the coaching staff. It's how well we bring together coaches and we bring together individuals, and the kids kind of see how well the relationship that I have with the coaches, and that kind of trickles down to them. And I mean, you were on staff, and you were able to see how much love and how much respect that I give to everybody, whether you are the fastest girl or you are the slowest girl. There's never anybody that's bigger than the program, and that's the thing that I want to be able to kind of leave behind. Is the program is what sells. The program is what kind of keeps going. People know when we go to meets, we have all the numbers, but then we have kids that are actually running in finals, and we have relays doing well, and we have tons and tons of girls that are actually progressing and getting better. And a lot of the times, people oversee that, as you can hear Jackson in the background. People oversee that and kind of say, wow, here we go, St. Anthony's. But it's always about the kids, and it's always about the coaching staff and how much love and how much respect we give to each other. And the kid, that kind of trickles down to the kids, and kind of hoping that that's a testament to the St. Anthony's way of life, and how much we all cherish each other, and how we cherish family. And that's,
absolutely,
to me, that's what it is.
And I think, like, you're right. I mean, we coaches probably in all sports, but for our track and field sport where we have no cuts, everybody is in the family. We've gotten plenty of phone calls from parents going, is my daughter competing? Yes, absolutely. So that is one of the nice things. And it's probably a great thing that does separate and keep you guys on top, is that family, that connection. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it's been something that it's hard to always kind of deal with. You're seeing these individuals Monday through Saturday, and you get to hear people's personal life, and you kind of deal with emotions that people go through, and you kind of take that yourself. And it's fun, and there's good times and there's bad times, because we're all human. But the kids actually see that, and I think that's one of the reasons why so many kids stick around, because they see how we treat each other as coaches. And they kind of want the same respect, because I respect all the coaches that I have on my staff, and even other coaches that I go against. And I talked about Marty Brown. a lot of respect for him and his program, and Sacred Heart in their program, Holy Trinity, and everybody else in the league. It's that's the camaraderie. It's where I'm not afraid to go help another team with doing something, and doesn't really matter to me if that girl is going to beat my girl or not, but just the fact that I've helped a helping hand, and I've actually had coaches thank me for that. You know, and I remember one year it was at States, and I helped the girl beat my girl, and the coach was, whoa. So, well, she was going to beat her regardless, so why not? But it's just a matter of just helping each other out, and that's what makes this sport so good and fun to be around. There's always somebody willing to give you a helping hand.
But you know, we thank you and your staff for, you know, giving that lesson to kids day after day. It's just that camaraderie. It's really nice. One of the other things I think that's really nice about your program is we talked a little bit about some of the talents that you have. You talked about how college coaches are seeing your kids, looking for your kids. Can you talk a little about how you get some of these kids in front of those coaches and where you take them?
The way that happens, I got a little guy running around. With a 3-year-old and quarantine, is not so much. There's only so much room that he has to run in. The way that kind of happens is when we go to meets, and we've traveled extensively over the past couple of years. We've been to Trinidad, we've been to California. It's about exposure in some cases. There's a list that goes out to every school in the country, and they'll look at that list, and you know, the top 10, the top 20 or top 40, they know where they're going to go, but there's always coaches that are looking for the never seen before, the not heard of, and this is where we do very well in, because kids that aren't at the top 10 or, you know, make finals at nationals, it's those coaches wants our kids, because they know those kids know how to drill. I've done a lot of college camps, and the main thing they say is, wow, when your kid comes in, they know how to do an A skip. They know what a B skip is. I'm a firm believer in doing drills. I mean, you know, we'll do drills 100 meters so that they know how to do drills. Weight room, learning how to clean, learning how to power clean, so that these kids, when they go off to these programs and they're doing a visit, oh, I know how to do that. My coach told me how to do that. Whoa, that's not something that high schoolers are doing. But that's the difference of what's going on now. It's these kids are going into college knowing how to do these things.
Yeah, it's very important. They come back, and I know they come back and they tell you, you know, thank you for teaching them that stuff. I know the team often goes to Penn Relays. They go to Yale. You guys went down to Bullis last summer in Maryland.
Yeah, that was an interesting ride. That meet was a little mismanaged, a lot mismanaged. We had some girls that we really wanted to see run the 800, Larissa being one of them, but we had to go because it was just, the meet was 3 hours behind schedule. But I was actually looking to travel back down there again this year, and with the girls that we had, it would have been a real good meet for us. And I mean, there's a lot going on our end with the kids that we have coming in, and with the kids leaving. Unfortunately, you know, we're not going to really be able to see Naya and Larissa and all those other seniors actually compete. Actually, I was supposed to run in the coaches relay, because I had made a bet with Caitlin Hendricks, and if she's watching, hello, Caitlin. A man of my word, I was going to run the coaches relay because she called me over the summer and made a bet with me, see if she would break a time. And I kind of knew in the back of my mind that she would break the time, but you know, this is a testament to what I do as a coach here at St. Andrews. So I lost the bet.
And I think we were selling tickets to that too. I didn't want to tell you, but yeah.
It was live streamed also. But yeah, you know, it's the thing about having fun, and that's the thing about me. It's I don't mind making a fool of myself if it's at the expense of the team, and showing that sometimes, you know, it's not about me, it's about them. And that's the good thing about me as a coach. It's if somebody challenged me to do something and I lose the challenge or I lose the bet, I'm a big boy to kind of say, okay, I got to run the 400. I think it was a 200, but she was trying to get me to run the 8. Right. I probably would have needed a defib for that, but you know.
Hey, we got them.
Yeah, we do have the defib, and everybody on the coaches staff knows how to use it. I was actually looking forward to running that coaches relay and kind of having the girls kind of rally around everybody and kind of see, you know, this is what we do to have fun.
Right. Coach, I mean, it's clear that you've got a good connection with your team and your coaches have a good connection with your team. What are you telling some of your younger runners who feel like they're missing a season possibly? What kind of conversations are you having with them just to keep their confidence up that, you know what, you've got plenty of time?
For the younger girls, I think for the most part, like everybody else, it's they're kind of in the same position. But coming off of a season like they've had, most of our younger kids did exceptionally well. And I was actually looking forward to having them run, and being that we don't have any cuts and the relays is 4-person to a relay. I mean, I was actually excited to actually move up some of the freshmen to either the B team or even an alternate on the A team, which was exciting because the alternates do travel. But we just kind of get ready for next year and kind of gear up. I don't know what the summer kind of holds or where we're at. We're in this holding pattern. Not sure when it's going to end, but I know if it's over soon, we can kind of get back to work and kind of resume some normalcy to track and field. I know we're just talking track, but just some kind of normalcy of showing up to practice, me making fun of most of the girls and then making fun of me, and kind of getting back to our norm, as we say, and just kind of telling the young kids is, your time will come. Just like all the other girls, their times have come and gone, and you look at how big the program has gotten over the years. This is unprecedented that we're all going through this. But I would tell them just kind of hang in there and kind of see what the fall is going to bring, and kind of taking it from there.
Now, with the hopes that by summer we are back to normal, would this be one of the first years that you're going to be doing a track camp at St. Anthony's?
Yes. This would be the first year of track and field camp here at St. Anthony's. There was one that was done a couple of years ago on the John McCree. Track is one of those special sports where you need numbers to kind of facilitate a program. And I think with the numbers of kids that we've gotten over the past couple of years, it would be nice to have a camp to kind of show kids this is what we do here at St. Anthony's in the term. Maybe retaining some of those kids or even having kids from other programs come in. I know it's something I wanted to extend out to other coaches to kind of show them what goes on in the St. Anthony's, as we're calling the dark side. And some coaches like to mess around with me and kind of say, oh, you guys are doing something special over there. But just to kind of give people a bird's eye view of what goes on, and no different from their program, it's just about the kids and how much love I have for all these kids that come through the program, whether you're the slowest girl or the fastest girl. Just to kind of show that and kind of, us as coaches, we could always learn from each other in some kind of way, shape, or form. So, that's my goal in doing it. And I'd like to thank Chuck Menzer for actually extending that opportunity. So hopefully we'll get a camp going, but, we'll see what happens with the quarantine.
Coach, again, we've covered a lot with your team in your seasons. I mean, you've shown how you put the energy and time into your athletes. You saw how their committed level, keeps them on top with championships. You've extended yourself as far as wanting to just teach and have people learn by possibly doing this summer camp. I mean, you've got a lot going on, plus you're teaching. I mean, in the perfect scenario, in school all the time, what's your ultimate goal when you look at this track program?
Ultimate goal is I've never actually thought about it that way. I've always seen myself here at St. Anthony's kind of coaching kids and having kids go through the system. I mean, you look at the greats that we've had. Alicia Williams, who's actually supposed to be coming back to coach with us. So hopefully I can kind of get in touch with her and kind of see what she's doing. But having those types of girls come back and kind of give to the program and display, the love that I have and the love that we all coaches have for each other and for the girls. But as far as a team, I've always seen myself as one of those coaches, not looking to be number one in the country. It's always a goal to chase. But for me personally, I just want the kids to enjoy themselves and to kind of learn about the sport and kind of develop and grow. I've always thought this is to be a feeder program to kind of some other schools. But I've never seen myself as, chasing, being the coach of the year and things like that. Those things just come. But that's a testament to what we do. And it's not just about me. I have a bunch of coaches behind me. And without them, I really couldn't really do it because it's a lot to handle with some of these girls, and the personalities and the ups and downs that they go through, and I go through my ups and downs, and they have to manage. Here we go with his crazy workout again. So it's a thing where I've always looked at it. I'm always going to be here at St. Anthony's, and I've never thought about going elsewhere or looking to chase anything. It's what I'm chasing is for these kids to actually have a passion for the sport and kind of taking it from there. And where that takes them is where they're going to end up being. That's my saying. It's you're going to go where you're supposed to go, and that's my goal. And that's what I see myself doing for right now. It's getting them to that next level, whatever that may be.
Well, Coach, again, I really appreciate all the time you had today. Really appreciate the energy that you shared with us and the love that you have for your athletes. You know what? Be safe. Take care of the little man there, Mr. Jackson, and have some fun with him.
Yeah, he's running around.
Keep yourself happy with the quarantine life.
I will. Thank you so much, Sharon, and thank you for everyone for watching. You guys be safe also, and just wait to what happens, and hoping forward to a winter in the fall and the spring for next year. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll have a season. But it's not up to me. It's up to the big guys, the big guns. They'll make the decision.
Well, Coach O, thank you for everything. Take care.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. All right.